Hello, and good morning from me, Lisa Johnson. I'm here for day 2 of your 4-day challenge. First of all, I want to know what happened yesterday, how you felt about yesterday's task. Did you get stuck? Did you have too many ideas? Let me know, and as normal, please give me a heart or a thumbs up so that we can get this going and show other people in the group that we are here and that we are live. I'm going to check that I can actually see your comments today. At the moment, it's not showing me any, but oh, there we go. Caroline says morning. Morning, Caroline. Nice to see you. Hi, Jane. Thank you for letting me know you are here. How did you find yesterday? Did you all manage to think of some ideas? Jude came up with lots of ideas. It's always good. I always think it's a good problem to have. There are lots of people that go, I just can't work out which one to go with because I've got so many things. And I always think that's a good problem to have. It's much harder when you can't think of the one thing. So if you've already worked out loads of different ideas and you've written them all down, good, because we'll hone in on one of them. And also remember with passive income, and this is really important, you can go through the process. So when people come onto my one-to-many program, they sometimes go through the process with one thing, with one idea that they have, because you're learning as you go along. And then once they've done that, if they want to swap and change, they do another one because you get lifetime access. So they just go and start again. Or what people end up doing is halfway through, they go, no, actually, now I want to do the other one. And they just swap it over. And that's the good thing about it. Just because you make a decision doesn't mean it's final. And so many people get analysis paralysis and go, oh, I don't know what to do, so I won't do anything. And that's loads worse. It's much better to do something, even if it's not going to be the end thing, the right thing, then do nothing at all. I'm a massive believer that, morning guys, I can see all your comments, it's so exciting. I'm a massive believer that if you want different results in your life than you have right now, you've got to do different things than you're doing right now. Because if you just keep doing the same thing, you're going to get the same result. So when we get this analysis paralysis and we're like, oh, I don't know which one to do, so I'll do nothing, that's going to guarantee that you get the same results in your life that you have right now. Whereas if you go, well, actually, moving forward, I'm going to do something, even if it's not the exact right thing, you will learn something from it. You will be able to tweak. You will be able to realize what you actually want to do, and that will help. Natalie says that was her. I bought the course when I thought my audience wanted, then built the audience and realized I needed something different. And it's why I said to you yesterday that it's really important that you work out who you want to help and what with, before you start thinking about, okay, am I going to have a membership? Am I going to have a course? Am I going to do PDF downloads? Am I going to use audio? All these different things. Those kind of things can wait, because once you've grown an audience, that audience is going to tell you exactly what they want, and they will co-create with you, which is a brilliant thing. Your audience will tell you what they want. You create it, they buy it. Can't be better than that. It's such an easy way to know that your product is viable. So morning guys, hello. You missed yesterday, don't worry, go back and do yesterday and then do this one. Because there's a kind of order to what we're doing, and you might not see the order as we're going along, but on Monday when you come to the masterclass, I will show you how it all connects up. I was not expecting anything from day one, being at an all-time low, but I had a real light bulb moment. I'm excited for the first time in ages. Brilliant, that's what it's all about. I want you to really realize you can do this. This isn't a pipe dream that, some people can get it because they've had some different life to you. You can do this. Anyone can do this. I always used to make these excuses. I saw some of your mindsets wobbling yesterday. It's okay. Mine does that still now. Your mindset will always wobble a little bit. And we're built for that. We're built to not think we can do all of these things. We're built to go and get a 9-to-5 and have a pension and then leave work when you're 60 and then die. And I didn't want that life. I wanted a completely different life. And if you want a different life, you can have it too. I used to tell myself all of these excuses. So when I first started 6 years ago, I'd look at people who are now like me online, and I would say ridiculous things like, it's okay for her because she hasn't got any kids, or it's okay for her because she's a size 6. And so, of course, people are going to want to buy from her because she's beautiful. And look at me in my size 16 to 18 body. No one's going to want to buy from me. I used to just say all sorts of stupid things, like it's okay for her because she probably comes from money. I didn't know if any of those things were true. I just wanted to give myself a reason why I couldn't do it, an excuse really why I couldn't do it. But then I realised I was just getting in my own way, and I was telling myself things all the time which was stopping me doing it. And I want you to realise that if you start saying these things to yourself, stop yourself and go, look, if she can do it, if Lisa can do it, I can definitely do it, because that's the truth, you know. We all have the ability to teach people what we know. And there might be some things that are scary at the beginning and that we go, oh, I don't know whether I'm going to ever be able to do a live, or I don't know whether I'm ever going to be able to explain this or do business. And you might be scared about those things, but it doesn't mean you won't be able to learn how to do them. We can learn anything. No, you're not the only male, Steve. It might feel that way. There's about 90% female usually are attracted to the things that I do. Yeah, excuses are your brain's way of keeping you away from risk. Exactly. Right, let's get on to today's topic. So you all know why you're here, yeah? You know what the prizes are. You know you're going for the deal, you're going for the Aspinall, you're going for the Fortnum & Mason hamper. We already have our eyes on some people who are going for the kindness prize. We're seeing you help everyone out and be really supportive to everybody. Where's my apprentice? Apprentice is at school. I will bring on the other one, the other brother, the other twin is now annoyed that he hasn't been on and no one's saying nice things about him. So I'll bring him on at some point so that you can meet Finian as well. See, look, men everywhere, it's all good. So you know you've got to do all 4 parts of the challenge by Monday at 12, and then come onto the masterclass at 8 p.m. on Monday. We're going to wrap this all up for you. I'm not going to make you register for it or anything like that. The link will be in here in the events tab, so you can just get to it from there. There's going to be a prize available for those people that come onto the masterclass live. I know not everyone can, but if you are on there live, there is going to be a prize, and I'll show you how when we're on it. Okay, so yesterday we talked about what kinds of passive income you could do and how you have these ideas. And we talked about the 4 ways to think about the kinds of passive income you could do, whether that's doing what you're doing offline and bringing it online, doing what you're doing in your business now and just making it more available to people that maybe can't afford, you to do it for them, showing them how to do it. We also talked a little bit about how you could do it from past jobs or even from hobbies. Things like memberships work really well for hobbies and that kind of thing. I forgot to tell you about Lauren. I think Lauren's a really good person to mention. She put a post in yesterday. So Lauren is a client of mine that started a membership for people that like the theatre. So you can see there, that's not something that you need lots of knowledge on. It's for people who like the theatre, because what we've realised is that people want to be around people that like the same things as us. And so she started this membership for people that like the theatre. And during lockdown, when everything closed, all the theatres closed, Lauren still made over £1 million from her theatre membership. Lauren now makes £3 million from her semi-passive and passive income stream since working with me. And one of the things she said yesterday, which I think is really important, she's never done a live for her business. So people always say to me, yeah, but you have to be on show all the time. You have to be like you have to be confident. By the way, I didn't used to be confident. And that isn't true. You can see now that you can make lots of money without doing the exact things I do. And that's why one-to-many isn't cookie cutter. It takes into account your strengths. Okay, so today we're going to talk about audiences, because audiences are really, really important. So when I first started, I bought a course on how to write a course. So I was like, right, people who like Idris Elba, I love this, I'm coming into your membership. So there I am. I buy this course and I write my course and I'm like, yes, I've got my course. And then I realise that's all very well and good. Who am I going to sell it to? No one knows it exists. What am I going to do? So I was like, okay, I'll have to buy a course on how to grow an audience. So I bought this course on how to grow an audience. And then I was like, great, I've now grown my audience, I have my course. How do I sell it? I didn't know how to launch. And this is why one-to-many came. This is why I basically wrote the program, because I wanted to show people you can do it from the beginning right to launching. But the biggest part of it, sometimes the biggest part of why people come into one-to-many is audience building. Because the problem is, even if you have a one-to-one business or a done-for-you business or any business at all, you are going to need to build an audience. Now, there are people online that will tell you you don't need to, and that actually you can make loads of money without building an audience at all. It's a lie. You can make some money by putting yourself out there, by having a website, by all of those different things. But the reality is you're going to need an audience of people that like all the things you do, so they will buy from you. And also, it's not that hard to do. So let's do it, rather than just keep putting it off and saying, well, I haven't got a big audience, so there's no point in me having a course. Wait, if you haven't got a big audience, let's grow one, rather than keep saying the same thing, because time is going to go by anyway. And what you want to be doing is looking back after a year and going, oh, now I have one. And this time last year I didn't have one. So it doesn't have to be difficult. You just need to know the steps to do it. I think the best way is using a funnel, and you've probably heard the words funnel. I'm going to talk you through what a funnel is and how you can build an audience using a funnel. Just making sure I haven't missed anything out, because I always do. So I'm just going to talk you through my cash system. So the cash system is my trademark system for making passive and semi-passive income, or leveraged income, or whatever you want to call it. I'm very aware that passive income isn't passive, and I very much wish that it was called something else, because for the first year you're going to be working pretty hard, but it's what people know it as, so we're going to go with it. So this trademark system, I have 5 steps that you need to do to make passive income. It's called cash, the system. The C is for client. It's what we talked about yesterday, who we want to help, working out your ideal client. The A is for audience, building an audience of those people that we talked about yesterday to be able to sell them the things that they need. The first S in the cash system, it has 2 S's in it. Wish it didn't, couldn't quite hem it in, is about structure and systems. We're going to talk about that tomorrow. The second S is selling, so selling the thing that you have, which is basically online, that's called launching. Now, most people get this bit wrong. We'll talk about launching on day 4, but it is the biggest reason that people who have a course and have an audience aren't making lots of money, is because they're not launching properly. So we'll talk about that. And then the H is keeping your clients happy, because the thing is, like I said, it isn't passive the first time you do it. It becomes passive the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th time that you put a course out there. So you want to make sure there are 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th times. You're never going to get that unless people are shouting about how good your course is because they've done it and got really great results. So you need to keep your clients happy. It's why I didn't need to use any Facebook ads until I'd made well over £1 million, because you don't have to. There are ways to keep your clients happy so they tell other people about you. So that's the cash system. And today we're going to talk about the second part of that, which is A, audience, and talking about funnels. Now, I understand that funnels are difficult for some people, which is why in the one-to-many program, you get a funnel done for you, bespoke. It's not templates, we do it for you. I have a team, Dawny and her team does a sales funnel for each individual person on there, completely free. We do it as part of the program. We put that in there the second time we ran one-to-many because we realised that people were getting stuck at that bit. But I still want you to understand what a funnel is so that you can go and do it yourself. So you will have seen probably, maybe even for this particular program, you will have seen something online that says sign up for my free challenge, or sign up for my free PDF, sign up for my masterclass that's free. Basically, when you saw that, you wrote your email address in, and in exchange for that email address, you got the free thing, whatever is the free thing. So that's basically what a funnel is, because if you think of a funnel being this shape, you want to sell things to people at the bottom here. So the more people you get in at the top of this funnel, the more people are going to buy here, the more money you make. So business is just a funnel. So how do we get people in the top here so that we can sell to them down here? What we do is we give them something for free. And it can be, so many different things that I see that you can give for free. But the easiest one to get started with is just a PDF with some information in, or a video with some information in, but it's just something a bit like a bribe to get people to give you their email address. Because once you've got their email address, then you can start nurturing them and telling them about yourself and telling them about your business and eventually selling to them. Now, you might be thinking, how does this work? How it works is exactly what I'm doing to you now. So you will have seen at the beginning that you signed up for something for free. It might not have been this. You probably signed up for something way before this challenge for free. It might have been my launch guide. It could have been my 360 prompts for Facebook Lives. It could be all sorts of things. But you signed up, and so I got your email address, and then I emailed you about coming to this very challenge because next week I'm going to be selling my one-to-many program. So do you see how that works? Exactly, it's why you're all here now. This is a bit Matrix, isn't it? It's a bit like that film. I can't remember what it's called, where you're in a dream, having a dream in a dream. But basically, you are in a funnel right now. And the more people you get in the funnel, the bit at the bottom, do not worry about the tech. It is why we do it for you in one-to-many, because people are scared of the tech. But the tech isn't difficult, it's just new. It's just something you haven't done before. But it's really powerful because you can have all of these different people coming into your world all the time. We've built 30,000, an email list of 30,000 people without spending money on Facebook ads. We've just started to use Facebook ads now. You might have seen one for this launch because we're doing, that's it, Inception. We're doing a little experiment with Facebook ads. So that's what a funnel is. So when you're thinking about your funnel, I want you to think about this. Yesterday, you started to think about different things, different people you'd be able to help with different things. What I want you to do now is take one of those things from yesterday. Yeah, it's still available. If you want any of these freebies, if you go on to lisajohnson.com, freebies at the top, there's a freebies tab, and you can download any of it, and then you'll go into my funnel and you'll be able to see how you can nurture somebody. Yeah, don't worry about the tech team. We'll do that for you. But what I want you to realise is that you can't just give any old freebie. Automation isn't scary or hard, it's just new. But you can't give any old freebie. The most important thing is, what do those people that you identified yesterday, you don't have to do video, what do those people need? What do they want? So let's say for me, if I'm selling a business basics course, like Fabulous Foundations, which some of you have got, if I am thinking about that business basics course, then I need to think, people that are going to come into that course, what are they likely to, what problem have they got? What can I solve for them now? So I might put together a PDF, the 12 things you need to know before you start your first business. And then someone will see that and they will click on that and go, right, that's what I need. The title of the freebie is more, and you might have heard the words lead magnet before. Lead magnet is just a freebie. Don't let the jargon confuse you. Don't let all the people selling this stuff using all the big words confuse you. It's just a freebie. It doesn't have to be a course. It can just be a one-page PDF, which is what a lot of mine are. And you only need one to start off with. I had one for 2 years. So let's say that you are doing a course on how to sort out behavioural issues in children. You might put together a PDF saying the top 5 mistakes that parents are making with their children. So that might just be one. So it's thinking, don't worry too much about what's in the PDF. Yes, there needs to be some good information, but I'm going to tell you a secret. 90% of freebies never get opened. It's the title that draws people in. By the time that the title has drawn them in, they've already given you their email address. So, you know, secondary is what's in there. Yes, we want it to be good, but it's not the most important thing because most people won't open it anyway. So what I want you to do today, and I told you it'd get a little bit harder, I wouldn't have the freebie as a product because I think that you will use a lot of money doing that. So what I would love you to, if you have a product rather than something else, how you should be thinking about products when it comes to passive income is what can go with the product that will make you even more money, that is connected to your product. So for instance, I had somebody that sold pelvic floor, it was like a pelvic floor ball, something that women used in their 50s. And so what she did is she put a little course together with it. So that was where she made all her passive income from, health for the over 50s. This is like a little course for people that are healthy from the over 50s. So what I'd love you to do is think about one of the ideas you had yesterday and come up with the title for a freebie that would draw people into being on your email list. Now, when it comes to audiences, doesn't have to be a Facebook group, can be Instagram, can be TikTok, can be wherever you want, or it can just be an email list. It doesn't need to be like, you don't have to be doing all the things and being on all the social media. You don't have to be. Yeah, we make most of our money from an email list where we write to them once a week and tell them what's going on. You might have received my Friday. I have an email called the Friday one that goes out every Friday with just a nice story about me that usually connects to a business lesson, and then they're on my email list. They hear from me every week. So when I then email saying I've got this thing to buy, they're more likely to open it and buy it. Where do you put your freebie? There's 100 different places you can put it. I don't have mine I do have some of mine on my website, but normally you would, as the funnel thing is a bit longer, and we go into it more in one-to-many because it is a big topic. It's a whole module. But basically there are hundreds of places you can put it, including on your emails at the end, get my freebie here. You can put it all over your social media. You can use Facebook ads if you want to. If you speak on stages, you can use it there. If you train in different people's groups, you can use it there. If you're breadcrumbing, we'll go into that in the course. You use it there. There's a load of different ways that you can do it. So don't worry too much about that. So I will answer a couple of questions today because we've got a bit more time. I like to keep it under half an hour. That's good. Mine is 5 top tips to write a killer strap line. It gives them a taster of what it's like to work on their brand strategy with me. That's really, really good. I always read your emails. Yay. Can it be a discount code? No. Because if it's a discount code, it means they have to buy something to get something. What you're really looking to here is to draw people in. There's a thing called the know, like, and trust factor. People buy from people that they know, like, and trust. If they've never met you before, they need something to draw them in. So with me, what drew you in was this free challenge, or maybe one of my freebies. You probably didn't know about me before, or you didn't know much about me, or maybe you had preconceived ideas of who I was, which lots of people seem to do. But then, like, now you're in here, you might think, okay, she seems to know what she's talking about, and she says things in a way that I understand them, so it's going to make more sense to go into her program. See what I mean? So it's about kind of, think of it like a fishing line. You're putting bait out there to draw people in so they can get to know you a bit more, so they might want to work with you. So yeah, create the title. What would you recommend as a freebie for a hot yoga studio? If I tell you, you can't win the prize because it's one of the tasks. So I can't give you the answer to this task, or you won't be able to win the prize because you need to do all 4 tasks yourself. I want you to start thinking like somebody that is earning passive income. 10 top tips for pressing flowers is a good one. You want to lead someone to your product or service without giving your gold away. I actually don't believe in that either. I believe you can give the gold away. So I'm telling you quite a bit of information in these 4 days. You know, a lot of information, but you're not stupid. You know that I can't give you an entire 10 module, 12 module program in these 4 days. I can give you a taste of it. I can get you going. So I can actually give you the gold in here, and people will still need to come in because people don't always just come into programs for the knowledge. They'll come into your courses and memberships for lots of different things, including support, step-by-step ways of doing things, accountability, all different things, the community, the people in there, all of that kind of stuff. You don't need a domain name or any of that. Don't want you to be thinking about those kind of things. Now, this is one of the things that I really noticed from yesterday. You think too far ahead. So what happens when we think too far ahead is we overwhelm ourselves. We go, okay, but then I'm going to need that. And then how am I going to sell that? And then what am I going to... As soon as you start doing that, your head will go, don't bother. Whereas actually, if we do one step at a time, we will get there. You don't need to be thinking about domain names or how you're going to launch or any of those things right now. What you're going to think about is what is going to be the best freebie to draw your clients into being in your audience so that you can grow a big audience. Yeah, so Gemma says the reason that she's in one-to-many is the support. Exactly. Yeah, understand the stories that are holding you back is really good. Right. Okay, who's in? Let me know if you're in. Do you see what I mean about yesterday? Some people think that I'm some kind of magic fairy, and if they come onto this live, then what will happen is they'll just automatically make money. Some people yesterday will have realised they're going to have to do some work, which is why we've gone from 1.7k to 1k the next day. Tomorrow, some of you will go, this is work, I didn't want to do any work, and it will go down again. And this is what I'm trying to tell you. There will be some people, and you will see this in all my success stories, that are resilient enough to do the work. And I want that to be you. Because we can all do it, but we choose to or we choose not to. So if you are in, then let me know. And good. I'm liking that you're in. Because if it was really easy, if we didn't have to think at all, everyone would do it. And that's why it's brilliant for those of us that are gonna stay the course and do the things that we need to do to have the life that we really want to have. We can keep moaning about the life we've got and that we're not making £1 million and that we're not, you know, being able to go on the holidays we want. We can keep telling ourselves all these things. And I used to keep telling myself those things too. Or we can say, well, I'm going to be one of those people that just knuckles down, gets focused, and does the things that need to happen for a year to get me where I want to be eventually. Let that be your tough love. Because we all know that there are some people that won't. They just don't want to put the work in, and that's okay. It's not for everybody. I don't think it's hard work. I think it's consistent work. And consistency is really important in business. Consistency doesn't mean constantly. Consistency just means continuing to do something over a period of time. I think it's we're in this online world, and I think one of the biggest problems in this online world is that coaches will have us believe, some coaches, some are brilliant, some are not, but they will have us believe that if we haven't made 6 figures in 3 months, we've somehow failed. The reality is, this is a long-term sustainable business model. That's what you want. You don't want something that might give you a bit of quick money and then it disappears. You want something that's going to continue to give you money over and over and over again. Decide to be that person. Decide to be that entrepreneur rather than the one that just wants a quick fix. It's not a quick fix. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's not any of those things. It's a long-term business model that I'm teaching you here. What has been your most popular freebie? We had a quiz. I think we still have this quiz. We need to tweak it a bit. There is the quizzes are really popular right now. And it says something along the lines of, are you ready for passive income? And then you answer some questions, it'll tell you what you need to work on, whether it's audience launching, any of these kind of things. So that's been really popular. Is this group just for this challenge? Yeah, I start a new challenge, close it down after 2 weeks, every time. Yeah, it's about perseverance. Honestly, if you could give one trait to business owners that would make them money, it's consistency. People give up really quickly, and all they have to do sometimes is go a little bit further. I had a client called Celine who was on Facebook. She was on Instagram. She was doing really well on Instagram, but I knew her audience was on Facebook. So I was like, grow a Facebook group and we'll sell to them. So she grew this Facebook group. After 2 months or 2.5 months, she's getting really bored because you don't get any reaction at the beginning. It's a bit like tumbleweed, and that's normal. So there she was, like trying to grow this group, and she wasn't getting anywhere. So she nearly closed it down, and I forced her to do it for another 2 months. At the end of that 4th month, she made £45,000 just from that Facebook. I don't know what happened there. It chucked me off. It chucked me off and then brought me back on again. I have no idea what just happened, but I'm here now. But yeah, she made £45,000 just from that Facebook group. So don't give up. So that is what you need to do today. I want you to go and think about what your freebie title is going to be. Oh, look, I can see that people see I've gone. Hopefully it will catch you up in a minute and I'll be here. Do you go into more depth on where your audience is in one-to-many? Yes, we do a whole thing on it. We do a whole big chapter on it. Sorry, I don't know what happened. You just shut me off. Anyway, so yeah, she made £45,000. If she could have seen that she was about 2 weeks before that, she was going to just quit, she wouldn't have believed that she was going to make £45,000. If you gather emails for your freebie, you're okay to then use those for other marketing. Only if you tell people what you're going to do. But we go into that, and this is detail. We go into the detail in the course. Right then, go and do today's challenge. On the thread that says challenge day 2, I want to see all the titles of your freebies. And I will be back again tomorrow with day 3 when we're going to go into content, which is really important. Yeah, you only need one. Don't have loads of freebies. One for one program is fine. Okay, I will speak to you later, guys. Have a good one.